So I'm thinking to myself that I make a mean grilled cheese, I make a mean BLT, I make a pretty good burger, but what can I put on there that's really just gonna take that to the next level? I wish there was something out there that I could do. Got it. I got 2 words for you. Bacon, jam. Let's get to it. I'm Dave, and you're watching Dave's Taste Buds. So welcome back. I got a quick one for you today. It's time consuming, but the video itself is gonna be short because a lot of it is simmering and reducing. And what that is bacon jam. Bacon jam, it's easy to make. I'm gonna show you exactly how to do it. It's 3 or 4 simple ingredients, cooked down. Put this on burgers, grilled cheese, BLT, any kind of sandwich. It is bananas. So, getting right into it. Thick cut bacon, pound of it. Get that ready. We're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna dice this up. I'm gonna get it diced up fairly big, you know. It's really personal preference. Once you make it a couple times, you figure out kind of how you want it. You want more chunky, you want a little bit smooth. There's more than one way to do it. You don't have to worry about the bacon sticking together. It's certainly gonna come apart as we cook it. So we're just gonna kind of rough chop it. Just kind of get all of them the same size. While we're doing that, we got our pan right next to me here, waiting for us, getting heated up. And you know this bacon has so much fat, we're not even gonna put any oil in the pan. Just gonna get this ready. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead, we're gonna get this right into that hot pan. Like I said, we don't need anything in here as far as oils to get started. We're just gonna let that bacon render down. Just gonna let it cook down almost into like the size of bacon bits. So let's go ahead, I'll get that done. Now while our bacon is cooking down, let's go ahead and take this moment to get our onions ready. That's gonna be the next step in this. So, I like to use a sweet Vidalia onion when it comes to the bacon jam. So, I'm just gonna take the ends off. Same thing, we're just gonna, I like to dice it up a little bit. So I'm just gonna half it, take our ends off. Now people dice onions in 1,000 different ways. This is just how I do it. It's the way I've always done it, so I've gotten pretty good at it. So this is the way I do it, and I'll show you how. But if you're not comfortable doing it this way, you've got another technique, go ahead and do whatever works for you. First we're going to take all this papery crap off here. There we go. We don't want any of this in our bacon jam. We don't want any of this in our anything, so we're going to get rid of that. I like to take it, and I like to just kind of cut all the way down here, but I kind of pin it down while I go through. The sharp knife really helps when you're doing this. And then I just kind of come at it at an angle until I get here, hold it on its side. I mean, it's not, it's not the master class in dicing onions, but that's how I do it. I've always done it like that way, and I've tried the other ways, and I'm just not as comfortable doing it that way, so I'll do it this way. So like I said, we're gonna let that bacon continue to cook down. Our onions are gonna be ready to go. All right, so as soon as that bacon's ready, we're gonna get it out of the pan, we're gonna add our onions, take it from there. All right, now that we got our bacon right where we want it, nice and crisp, we're gonna go ahead and take it out of here, set it aside. There we go. We're gonna wanna save a little bit of this bacon grease that's in this pan. We're gonna use it to cook our onions down. But we certainly don't need all of it, so I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna get get some of this out of here. Oh, beautiful. I'm gonna leave a little at the bottom of the pan so we can cook our onions right in that. Onions go in. Now, just for the purpose of explanation, I did not just dump that bacon grease down the sink. I have a coffee can in there that I dump all my extra bacon fat into. I keep it under the sink or sometimes even in the fridge. Sometimes I like to save that bacon fat to cook in it. Sometimes I like to just, obviously I don't want to dump it down the sink. Where I live, we don't have sewers, we have septic systems, and it will ruin it. Even if you had a sewer, it's just a terrible idea. So have a coffee can or something you can pour your bacon grease into, let it solidify, and then just throw it in the trash. So what we're going to do here is we're going to cook these onions down. Not too long. I mean, we're going to sweat them. We're going to, borderline saute them, but these are going to be hanging around for a while. So we're going to let these cook down, get nice and translucent. So we don't want to do it on too high heat. So we just want to kind of really just let it simmer down. Now that we've been letting our onions sweat and cook down, looking pretty good. It's been probably about 6 to 8 minutes to get them to this point. So now we know that we got bacon and we got onions, but we know it's a jam. So what are we going to add in here that's going to sweeten this up? You guessed it, brown sugar, half a cup. I'll put that right in there. There we go. We're going to let this kind of soak up some of that bacon grease that's still in there. Heat this up real nice, and what it's going to do, it's going to start breaking down that brown sugar. It's going to really caramelize these onions. You can already kind of see it. It really just turns into this delicious brown sugar onion paste. If you could smell it, oh, it smells so good. As it cooks down, it's just going to reduce. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to let this kind of simmer, hang out, really thicken up. Yeah, look at that. That's what you want. You just want a small, little rolling simmer. We're going to let that reduce for about 10 minutes. Then we'll add what goes in next. All right, you see that? See the way that looks? So when you drag your spoon through it, it doesn't really, it takes a couple seconds for it to come back together. That means it's reducing real nice. It's been about 8-10 minutes. So what we're going to do at this point is we do need to loosen that up a little bit. So then we're going to let it reduce for another 20 minutes. But first, just going to put a little bit of water to stretch that out. Turn up the heat to get it back to a simmer. Go. What we're going to do is we're going to let this reduce, simmer back down for another 20 minutes. Alright, now if you take a look, it is really reduced and simmered down real nice. It's got that sticky consistency that we're looking for. And now's the time we're going to take our bacon. It's crispy now, but once we let this simmer in here, it's going to rehydrate. It's going to join all this other sticky goodness. Same as before, we're going to spread this around so it touches the bottom of the pan. We're going to let this simmer down and rehydrate. Alright, back in 2. Alright guys, we are just about there. We got the consistency we want, the bacon's rehydrated, brown sugar is cooked in, everything is just looking just right. Last little piece, we're going to want to give it a little bit of acidity to cut out all that sweetness. I got a little balsamic vinegar. It's going to put in maybe a tablespoon, just a bit. Now, I'm going to stir that in. Let that cook down just a little bit. Now would be a good time if you were going to put any kind of whiskey in here, or bourbon in here, or Scotch even, anything you want to put in here as far as alcohol. If you wanted to do that, now would be a good time. If you wanted to just take this to the next level. Add a little bourbon to that. Let that cook down, obviously. We are there. Now, before I wrap up this episode, I really want to thank you guys for checking this out. Do me a favor for the algorithm. Go ahead and just hit that like button down below. This way recipes like this will get out to other people who are looking for them. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. That would be great. I'm going to kill the heat. Now, I'm not going to let this cool down before I taste it because I can't wait. So put that right in here. Oh yeah. Like I said, you want to put this on top of a burger, a turkey club, grilled cheese, anything like that. It would be great. Let's taste it. Yeah, it smells sweet, bacony, a little onion to it. Now, don't get me wrong, this is going to be hot, but I want to taste it anyway. Oh yeah, consistency is perfect. Oh yeah, this would be a great addition to absolutely any sandwich. So good. Thanks for checking out the channel. Make sure you take some time, make this bacon jam. It's so good. Check out my other videos. I got a couple videos right here, playlist down here. So until next time, go cook something.